about the halfway point on our Bangkok series of videos, and we've changed hotel. Now, I think this is something that I really enjoy doing, especially if you're in a big enough city, is to stay at 2 different or more accommodations, because you get to build up like a different perspective of the city, and you sort of break your routine that you've maybe started to build and other things. You just get to see things differently and from new perspectives. I personally find it really enjoyable. But also for photography, I think it's great because you get to kind of settle into new areas, but with that familiarity of knowing how the city already functions. So we've arrived into Chinatown, and when we came here previously, that was just a little bit of a tease, to the point that we really didn't even come into the heart of Chinatown. We just sort of explored some of the back streets and some of the side areas, and thoroughly enjoyed it, to be honest. So I am very excited to be out and seeing some of these streets. Just the drive in was very inspiring. There was so much happening. It felt like Hong Kong could have been in like the 80s or something. Just all the overhanging signs and, you know, everything on the street was just a buzz with activity. So whilst we're here, by the way, we're staying at a place called Asai, ASAI. Found it on booking.com, and interestingly, Bangkok capacity is huge at the moment for accommodation. I think they're only about 20% of the bookings made this time in comparison to what it would have been pre-COVID. So the opportunity to stay in some premium places at very cheap prices is obviously, you know, a huge bonus. But at the same time, it's kind of sad to see that tourism is still struggling in many places around the world. I can't wait for things to finally get, you know, back on its feet. It's happening slowly, but I think travel is always going to be the last industry to recover. But anyway, so the places here, there were quite a few different options that looked great. Specifically, I chose this one because of floor-to-ceiling windows, and I wanted some good street city views, but also as a place to work. And we've seen down in the lobby area, there's like some good bar area, there's some like co-working space. And because we're, you know, on these trips making videos, taking photos and things, we have to schedule some days to go through and edit and work on our stuff. When you're out taking photos, I think it's great if you can edit on the move, because you start to see things that you wish you could have done better, and you still have the time to go and improve your work for the rest of your time staying somewhere. If you wait until you get back home, you could miss out on things, and it can be a real shame, which again is why I always prefer to have a laptop. But yeah, any way that you can sort of browse through and see your images, I think is a massive bonus if you can do that. Likewise, if you're doing any video work or if you're testing any new gear, you can see what's maybe not working. You know, you may find that your microphone's been broken this whole time. I know it's tedious, I know it's a lot of admin and boring, but at the same time, it's the best way that you can improve and level up your work. I know what you're thinking. There's only one thing you want to know about this hotel. What brand is the hairdryer? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, it is not a Panasonic. Wow. I mean, it looks very similar, but we got ourselves an imposter. Look. It's Philips. No Panasonic.
But it's still a P.
I'm afraid the combo of Panasonic seems to be unique to Japan. If you've got no idea what I'm on about, by the way, check out my Twitter. I've posted a thread of Panasonic hairdryer after Panasonic hairdryer in pretty much every hotel we stayed in. Yeah, sometimes you break the combo. Thailand, we can't get 3 for 3. 2 out of 3, Panasonic. So following on from the quick video I made in Malta, welcome to another room with a view. That's what I'm going to call this little series, by the way, room with a view. It gives me an excuse to pay a little bit extra for the slightly premium rooms if I can get a view and great photos from it. Unfortunately, we don't have a balcony, so I am using my trusty lens skirt. A lot of people ask about this when I show it in videos, and they always want to know what it is. This is a lens skirt. It's designed specifically to cut reflections out from the glass, put it against it, shoot your camera through it, very useful, and it pretty much stays in my camera bag, especially if we know that we're going to go to some viewpoints and you know, rooftop bars and places like that that may have glass. So I just stick it on and away we go. So I've mostly just been taking pictures with the X-T4 and the 16-80 f4. The 16-80 just gives great versatility on, you know, getting that wide shot, although I can't go too wide because I've actually got some structural bits just outside the window. So I'm kind of limited in my viewport to just, you know, a single square frame pretty much. And then the 80mm just allows me to zoom in. There's a couple of little like alleyways and parts, and I'm just waiting for like tuk-tuks and bikes or, you know, people to walk past. Thankfully, the sun is shining right on those areas, so we've got some good like pops of light, and then the rest is followed by shadow, and I can play around with the exposure and really highlight that. Yeah, and then straight opposite, we've got like a car park which seems to have been taken over and occupied by a few people. I think they're like maybe living there. There's like some washing hanging up and stuff. That's creating some interesting texture and other things. And some view of the city, although again, because of that structure, we can't really see quite around it. So I really am limited to what's in front of me, but the different textures of the roofs and everything I find really interesting. And even if I'm only able to get a few images, I really like them. I hope you've enjoyed this little mini series, and if you have any hotels around the world that you think we should stay in, leave a comment down below, and likewise let me know what you think about these little bonus videos. I hope they're enjoyable and entertaining for the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll catch up with you in another video real soon. See you later. Bye bye.